56. My name is Muna. I was raised in a family of four children, Chinedu, Amara, Neto, and myself. Along with our parents, we lived in Morocco, Lagos, Nigeria, a place where the rich, the middle class, and the poor all lived side by side. Though we didn't have much, we were happy because we loved and cared for one another. As the eldest child, most responsibility fell on my shoulders. Years ago, my father lost his job. To survive, he joined other men in our area doing odd jobs, particularly cleaning big rusty industrial pipes used by large companies. Over time, the rust and dust from the pipe affected his lungs and he developed asthma. He began having regular attacks. My mother did whatever she could to support the family, selling firewood, empty bottles, plastic, and anything that could fetch money. We attended a small private school where children from poor background like us could at least get an education. We were proud to say we were in a private school, no matter how humble it was. After secondary school, I didn't bother writing JAM because I knew my family couldn't afford higher education for me. Instead, I decided to learn a skill. I joined a workshop where metal cooking pots and wares and charcoal stoves were made. It was free to learn, and I worked hard while also caring for my siblings. At 25, I was working for myself. My siblings were in the university, and I was the one sponsoring their education. I loved them deeply, and I sacrificed everything to give them a better life. My father's health worsened, and my mother had to stop working to take him to the clinic regularly. The pressure on me was unbearable, but I never showed it. I kept on smiling to keep everyone else strong. Then came the day that broke me. My father had a severe attack. We rushed him to the local hospital. The doctor said there was a blockage in his lungs and he needed urgent surgery. The cost was 250,000 naira. My mother broke down in tears. I was torn. I had already spent all my savings on his medication and my siblings' schooling. I begged the doctor to start treatment while I sourced the money. He refused. Hmm. My father sat gasping for breath in the waiting room. He wasn't even given a bed. I paced the corridor, making desperate phone calls. I managed to raise 80,000 and ran back to the doctor. But he still refused and he said to me, "Madam, there is nothing we can do unless the money is complete," he said to me and walked away. Hmm. Then my father collapsed on the floor, struggling to breathe. My mother and I screamed for help. Nurses ran in and people in the waiting room helped lift my father up. But it was too late. He died right there on the floor because of money. The clinic staff tried to resuscitate him, but he was gone. My mother cried uncontrollably. I couldn't cry. I was too numb. They told us to take him to the morgue. 3 months after his burial, my mother also passed away. She never recovered from the shock. Life became even harder. I had borrowed money to cover hospital bills and funerals. My business suffered. Still, I told my siblings to stay focused on their studies. I would take care of everything. At 40, I looked like I was 60, worn out by grief and responsibility. But my siblings graduated, got good jobs, and eventually got married. My heart swelled with pride. Then something painful started happening. Whenever they had children, they would only call to inform me. None of them invited me for Omugwo. At first, I didn't think much of it, but over time, I realized they were ashamed of me. Ah, that hurts deeply. But I didn't hold it against them. I withdrew quietly and poured myself into my business. My work kept me alive. I made strong, durable cooking wares, and customers loved me. Every day, I sold out massively. But every night, I cried. I was really lonely. My friends were all married with children. I was slowly fading away. One day, I went to the bank to withdraw money. I had planned to travel to the UK to rest and maybe release my pain in a new place. Then something unexpected happened. The bank manager approached me. He introduced himself and started a conversation. He was kind, polite, and respectful. He said he had been observing me for a while. He even knew my shop and admired my work. He asked me to dinner. I accepted. We met at a lovely restaurant. He was gentle. He told me he was a widower with no children. Over time, we kept seeing each other, and soon he asked me to marry him. I laughed hard. Me at 56, too old for marriage and children. But he held my hand and said softly, Muna, age is just a number. You are a beautiful soul. You will make a wonderful wife. We can adopt if we must. His words melted my heart. That night I said yes. Everyone I told was happy, even my siblings. I cancelled my UK trip. We had a simple but beautiful wedding. Then something miraculous happened. 2 years into the marriage, I became pregnant. Oh my God! Yes, at 58, I carried life inside me. My husband treated me like a queen. I gave birth to a healthy baby boy in the UK. The most beautiful experience of my life. Now, I look at my son and smile. I may have started late, but my journey was worth it.